we are game changing our platform actually. In the next month and a half, what we are trying to release in the market, this would take this data as a service platform. It will take it to a different dimension.
Hello and welcome everybody to Tea with Dinesh. Well, these are certainly unprecedented times, and every organization is coping up with a right spirit, with the right kind of values, and with the right kind of approach. Let's see what Dinesh is doing at EQ. Welcome, Dinesh.
Hi, how are you?
Very well. It is my privilege today because we are making sure that Tea with Dinesh reaches to everybody in their drawing room.
Exactly, with the tea in my hand.
Absolutely. So first and foremost, we want to ask you that you are leading EQ, and what has been your biggest learning so far?
Several actually, couple of them I'll weave them together.
Sure.
Number one is to work from home is completely different than what I thought it would be for everybody in the company. But what is my learning out of that? Pretty much if you put your mind to it, you can do anything. So our company has come together as one EQ and is able to do anything that it has. That's my learning. We can do anything, guys. Absolutely. Wonderful. We can.
I believe that you've been holding a lot of webinars for all of us in the organization. And while you were conducting those webinars, which was your one moment where you felt that we stand all united as global citizens to overcome this crisis?
I think the very first webinar when I did, I think it was probably end of February, maybe beginning of March, when we were starting to do work from home. And already by that time that we were working for about a week or so, started to just work from home. I felt so proud that time that the whole company was just able to switch on the dime and everybody just went remote and started to deliver things as if nothing was changed. It's fascinating. So that's what happened.
Wonderful. Yeah. I mean, that is so encouraging and positive about the organization. In fact, we reached out to so many of you, and there were some, common questions which came to light, and I've prepared a list of it.
Okay.
They all want to know what was your best part about working from home.
The best part of working from home was that I could actually, this might sound bizarre, but I could actually work pretty much all the time. That is almost the best part of it. What I mean by that is that I did not have any kind of non-productive time at all. So I'm just doing the work, of course eating, sleeping and things like that, but I was also had enough time to work out and stay healthy. So it was a good balance. There was no time that was wasted in going to the offices or getting on the plane and going somewhere. So that's what I liked.
So in your opinion, it has actually improved work-life balance in everybody's life?
For certainly it has improved for me for sure. I have not been on a plane for almost 4 or 5 months now, which is unusual in last 35 years that I have not been on an airplane, even a domestic one. But I think that the productivity for every person in the company is more. It's just not me. As you talk to people in the company, they would tell you that they were able to do things much quicker, much faster. The same story that you are working from the same home office all the time.
Right.
It's at least that sometimes it gets to you that you are just working from there. I mean, in my home here in Pune, I have a home office, but I never thought I'll work there 12, 14 hours a day for days on at a time. So that's kind of tough. You almost get a cabin fever kind of a thing.
True.
And you keep working and you don't even leave the house. So then I started to jog, run, do certain other activities that I could do by myself, have some sort of social distancing. Of course, I was doing that at much earlier in the morning, so there was nobody on the road anyways trying to do that. But yeah.
I'm sure we'll all feel encouraged if we know what kind of household work you've been doing.
Oh, God. The first time when it hit, I did pretty much all household work, right?
Okay.
You had to take care of the dishes, put them in the dishwasher. One of the dishwasher, the very next day it stopped working. It just happens absolutely at a perfect time. The home had to be cleaned up because there is nobody there to clean the house.
Right.
I did not know enough about it, did not have a chance to order Roomba. that will take care of the dust in the house. So you had to take care of all of those activities, do your, all your household chores, which I don't like at all, but had to go do it.
See,
So-
he stands united with us even in the household chores. So you can show this piece of your tea with Dinesh
Sure you
to
can.
all your wives.
So I'll tell you what my worry is, which may be different than what you might think. The first and foremost, any business person, even any person, quite frankly, in the world, what they're concerned about is to make sure that this pandemic is absolutely behind us. Yeah, I don't believe that's going to happen until there is a vaccine in place. The vaccine is not going to come in a day or a month. It's going to take 3 to 6 months worth of time. So what do you do in the meanwhile? The life doesn't stop there. So the worry that I have is, unless every consumer, myself included, everybody in our company and otherwise, unless there is a confidence for them to actually start to go do things normally, that means they decide to buy things normally, they decide to do certain economic transactions normally, it's not going to create the demand that's going to sustain it. Our company doesn't deal with retail kinds of customers at all, right? So we don't deal with department stores or things like that. But unless you have the demand starting to go there, the economic activity is not going to start throughout the business. So that is my worry, that when does the consumer confidence come up to a certain level that actually starts to actually help every part of businesses around the world, right? I mean, that's really my worry. How long does that take for that confidence to start to come up? We have actually not missed any of our deliverables. I'm so proud of my team, absolutely. Our product development teams, they keep delivering innovative things.
Right.
We are game changing our platform actually. In the next month and a half, what we are trying to release in the market, this would take this data as a service platform. It will take it to a different dimension. Competitively, it would just separate itself out from the pack completely. Along the way, we have so many deliveries lined up for the customers. So in the past 3 months, I must have sent, I don't remember exactly now, but at least 6 to 8 different emails to the whole company, because a very satisfied customer had written an email to one of our teams as to how happy they were that we went live with something, whether it was a for-purpose app or migrations were completed. So we haven't missed anything at all, actually. Customers are happy, we keep getting the accolades back. Every time a customer talks something about any one of our team members, believe me, even today, after 20 years running this company, it's one of my most proudest moments.
Wonderful.
Absolutely it is.
That is very encouraging for all of us.
Yeah.
So now that we are slowly coming out of this and the future is work is here, everybody is taking those precautionary measures and coming to work. What direction are you going to steer the company in? What is the vision now?
So I think you asked me at the beginning of this that what were learnings, and I said there were many, and I spoke about one of them.
Yes.
So another learning that I have, as I observed us working around the world in this area, I realized that there is multiple different ways that we can operate as a company. It's not only one way, right? The only one way before was you always go to your local offices and start to do work, or you visit the customer and start to do the work.
Right.
Now we started to look at working entirely from home. The customers are also working from home, and we are still able to do that. So what I believe is going to happen, and certainly it would happen with EQ as we come out of this, we will adopt a much more flexible strategy of working. So what that means is that I would actually allow certain people or certain sets of people to work from home part of the time. So they don't necessarily have to sit in a car in Pune or in Los Angeles and commute for an hour, 45 minutes, fight the traffic, get excited about going to work. Instead, they can just take that energy and actually do the work from home, because we are capable of doing it. So that's what I see happening coming out of this situation. So first and foremost, I just sent out an email. We were going to start to open our offices around the world on Monday. 14th of June, I think 15th of June. Instead of that I have pushed that date still farther to the right to July 14th, because there is a concern, particularly on my part, that potentially that as the different governments around the world are trying to open up their economies, I feel that it's still probably not that safe to actually start to go out and start to do things that people are trying to do everywhere. So first is that we are watching this very carefully. All my entire team, all the senior execs in the company, we talk about this all the time, and we are exceptionally cautious about that, because the health of our team members, this is my family, and their families is very important to me. I mean, running a business is one part, but you have to be very safe and healthy. So first thing we are doing is watching it to make sure when we're going to open up. The guys have actually gone through for the last 3 weeks an exhaustive list of questions that we must address before the offices can be opened up. And I think within the next week or two that we will actually run a company-wide webinar to take everybody through what are the things that we are considering before the offices can be opened up, and steps that the company would take in every local office to make sure the environment is safe.
Right.
And then also give a specific guideline to every person in the company as to their responsibilities to what they need to go do. Because it's not just their health, it's the health of their own family.
Right.
That's important. So,
in fact, one of the questions which came up from everybody is that now that we are moving more and more towards automation and technology across businesses, across industries, what are those futuristic skills that each one of us can imbibe moving forward?
I think it's a bit easier in our company than probably other companies.
Right.
Because we are clearly a technology-driven company. Bulk of the people in the company deal with some of the latest, greatest cutting-edge technologies themselves. So the need for software developers to actually go and get themselves situated with the latest upcoming technologies is going to be critical. If you are not a software developer or an implementation person in the company, you just have to keep adapting to the latest trends, using apps, using the skills. It's all happening digitally, right? And especially because there would be a situation where some people would be working from home, some people would be in the offices, we'll go to this mixed kind of a thing. So the way we've been operating right now, where there are so many collaborative media that we use GoToMeeting, we use Teams, we use Skype all the time. Last 3 months, that's what people are doing. So it's much easier for our company, I would say, to adopt.
That's great. A lot of these initiatives are also being taken by other technology companies. So tell me that one thing that EQ is doing very differently.
Again, there is always would be some companies that would say what I'm about to say.
True.
Even if the office, I've sent out the email that office would open on July 14th. Let's say by that time, I myself am comfortable that all these local areas that are opening up around the world, it's not causing those COVID infection rates start to shoot through the roof. That is what I'm really looking for. So let's assume that is the case. So, and the date is July 14th. What I'm telling everybody in the company is that individually, if you are not comfortable for whatever reason, let's say you have older parents at home or you have much younger kids at home, and you do not want to be out somewhere with a possibility of trying to get infected and infect others in the company, it's not a must that you must come to the company. You can continue to work from home.
Oh, lovely.
It's not a problem until you are comfortable.
Okay.
So that I feel
that
is
is
different.
Definitely unique.
But there would be some companies that would say that we are doing the same, Dinesh. But I think that the population probably would be less.
No, you're a global organization, and there are very few companies who are giving that flexibility, even when things get back to.
Yeah, I want to let people decide, because it's people's lives. This is our own.
Correct.
Right? So I want to make sure that we're all right. That's
Perfect time for us to round off Tea with Dinesh. Everybody has been looking forward to hearing from you. So what is that one message that you would like to leave everybody with? Their families would be watching you. So what is it that you would like to
So of course I want you to be very safe and sound and all that at home. There is no doubt about that. But the other message I would tell you is that make sure that you are also physically and mentally healthy. make sure that you are incorporating some type of an exercise at least 4 to 5 times in a week, because we have to come out of this in a very fighting fit condition. So not only you stay safe and sound, no doubt, but make sure that you are also healthy.
So why don't you share your 2 quick tips of mental health and physical health that you've been doing?
So whenever I'm exercising, even if I have my phone with me to make sure that I know what the time is, most of the time my phone is actually in an airplane mode, so I'm not disturbed at all. Right. If I'm doing the work, if I'm just sitting quietly trying to meditate, my phone is switched off. So that's what I would tell you. But this works for me.
That's great.
I don't have to look at my phone every 3 seconds to see what's happening in the world. So I would tell you that switch off your phone at least for an hour or 2, completely cut yourself off,
right.
Do the exercise. It would help.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, Dinesh is giving a very important message. Learn to digital detox at least 1 hour a day if you can, and find time to stay healthy, stay safe, and stay secure. With that message here at EQ, we are going to continue by simply delivering to all our clients and staying connected with all of our team members and family members. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.